What up, y'all? It's Jack and Tony. Before we get in this video, make sure you guys go check out the merch we just dropped.
T&J.shop to get a t-shirt like this one.
Use discount code T&J to get 25% off before you check out.
Boom.
Go get that right now. We're going to be doing a $100 giveaway at 300 subs. Make sure you like, comment, and be subscribed. Comment your Cash App tag, your Venmo tag. You know, we'll do anything, PayPal, anything to get you that cash.
Zelle.
Yeah, Zelle, anything.
Yeah.
He said that was like the base, and that's forever in my head. It's like the base, like where you start out throwing shows in Philly.
Yeah.
You go to Voltage.
Yeah.
Shout out Voltage.
And we would work every night, you know, to sit and save our money to be able to pay the deposit for Voltage.
Yeah, that's what we did. We used that we flipped that Ruth Chris money into the shows.
You and me were working as bus boys at Ruth's Chris.
And met Jay. We met Chevy through Jay.
Yeah.
And Chevy like took the lead for us.
Yeah, he planted the idea.
So did Jay. Jay was helpful on the first show.
Yeah.
Jay kind of got
But they gave us the idea,
like,
the idea of like, you know, becoming a concert business, you know.
Qua showed up.
Yeah, and everybody started getting ready.
We were just really figuring out how we were gonna run the door.
Yeah, like you and me, I kind of remember like almost like awkwardly shuffling around, not knowing what to set up because I just said
right.
Once we got
we didn't
inside,
have much to set up.
Yeah, I didn't know like how security would kind of roll, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I mean,
TJ set up his DJ set.
Yeah, and I mean, you and me didn't really know everybody. Like again, we knew Chevy for a couple months. Jay. For a couple months.
And just put our trust in him.
I think it was like our first time meeting Quaz, you know. Like,
that night, Quaz was pulled. Quaz was texted. Quaz was texted like 2 hours before the show.
Yeah. So and I mean everybody pulled up, and
we were about to go no videographer on the first show.
Yeah.
We would have been upset.
And luckily we did have a videographer there because this was like an awesome first show that we threw. So
it was memorable, you know.
Yeah, everybody flooded in. We filled it out. Everybody was like very excited to be in there. Like emotions in the venue were good. You know, it was like a surreal moment. Again, I keep using that word, surreal moment. But
we watched all our friends get their fake ID sniped by Jay.
Yeah, but it was like awesome to see the support of like all the people that came from like our town and everything that like supported us. So shout out to everybody that came. January 5th, 2019. And then
we would not be here if they didn't show up.
Yeah.
If they're all like, you know what, we're not going to that bullshit tonight. We're just gonna skip it.
And
they all had work the next day.
Yeah, at this time
it was kind of late. I bet it was 10 to 2, if I remember correctly. It was.
Yeah. And again,
but they were shot from the weekend before.
Yeah. Everybody was hungover from the weekend before. But again, we had
no bad for a Monday night show.
Yeah, we still did a good show. I mean, for all the artists that were on that, they know who they are. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
But I would say, again, second time, big learning curve. I mean, all.
Yeah, I agree.
And
we didn't really know what we were getting into early.
Yeah.
And then
luckily we had the guidance, as we said, from Chevy and Jay, you know, to take us through this and like teach us how to do this stuff. I think
Jay hooked us up with Raw Dean.
Yeah.
Raw Dean became our headliner for our first show. All of our people were hyped. Like they were like, "What is this?" You know, like we've run it out of place. Have like a party. They didn't really know what was going on. We didn't know what was going on.
We described it that we were gonna have a big party, you know, and everybody was. They didn't really know, but everybody was eating it up that they wanted to go. I mean, that's how you and me pushed our 50 tickets by ourselves. Yeah,
if we didn't have that local support on our first show, we wouldn't have kept doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like we wouldn't have had a second show, a third show. 100%. We would have just said, you know, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Alright. So I guess I'll start with not being able to sleep that night until fucking 2 a.m. Wake up. Gotta pick you up at like what, 7? I don't know what time you live at. I forget. All I know is that it was too early.
Yeah,
too early.
That night before was absolutely crazy. I mean, and I remember that night too. I was up all night. I had a flight.
Ready to catch that flight. Just ready.
I had an early morning flight. I think it was like 6 a.m. out of Greensboro, North Carolina, all the way to Philadelphia, and at 6 a.m. And it was crazy.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there in the sun.
That day though, I actually felt like I was like a famous person, you know, getting on that plane in the morning. I was like, oh, I got my show tonight.
You just felt more involved in the economy.
I did that flight. We got in. Tony pulled up, picked me up from the airport at like 7 a.m. And then that day started, which was, I mean, damn, the craziest day of my life. Crazy.
But we grabbed everything in the car, then we bounced.
Packed it all up, and we rolled over into the city at like 5 o'clock. No, not 5 o'clock. See?
It was like 1, bro. It was like 1.
And I think like we were like obviously tracking NLE's like flight, you know, making sure he was coming in on time. I was worried that he was going to get delayed.
Making sure that they were boarding. Yeah. That they took off. And when we got to the hotel, I was like, I was a little, you know.
I mean, so as we like to say, T&J takes the best care of their artists. So, you know, rather than passing off,
they gotta give them a nicer hotel now.
I agree, but again, that was our first time, so we didn't know. You know, now we understand.
We didn't even go see the hotel.
But like some promoters, some event producers,
you live and you learn.
They just pass off the check-in process, you know, to the artist and his team. You and me decided that we wanted to be like, you know,
always
care of our people.
In, you know?
Yeah. So we checked in and we got the rooms ready for him, ready to rock, and then we got the call that he was rolling.
We were
up.
sitting in there. I was making sure the bed was nice.
Yeah. So me, Shot by Chevy, were in the parking lot sitting there, and we get the text that they land in Philly, and NLE's manager says, "All right, there's 8 of us." And originally, I don't know, we for some reason we thought a rapper would have come with a crew, so and his boys.
Yeah, that was a beginner move right there.
Yeah, and
should have had the Sprinter ready for him.
Yeah, and so we ordered Uber Blacks for him, 2 of them, and we were tracking them all the way through the city, waiting for them to arrive at the hotel, and it was like a kid on freaking Christmas. Like it was absolutely insane. I remember like the emotions going through my body, like, you know, I just didn't know what to expect.
I was just so hyped because we planned it for so long, and like here NLE is like right in front of us, you know.
The day was finally here.
Like standing right in front of me.
Exactly.
Show was about to go down, no issues.
None.
Got here.
Yeah. It was
besides the venue.
It was awesome. It was awesome though. But like that, like it's just like so going out of our comfort zone, you know, like it's so different than. I don't know, who else?
And Chevy was so good when they showed up.
Yeah,
Chevy did a great job.
Yeah, that man, the best stage manager, you know, out there. Man, put in that work. So, I remember we were in the lobby of the hotel, and we saw the Suburbans pull up into the valet.
No one knew what we were doing in that hotel.
Yeah, they were all looking at like,
what's going on?
Why are these guys running around like chickens?
Why are they sweating? What's going on?
And then they all jumped out. You know, and I said, "What's up?" to NLE. I remember.
It was funny because he was the last one to come out.
Yeah, just in the back. And I remember he was hyped to be in Philly too. You know,
yeah.
He put on his story like, "We're up Philly, I'm here. Like, pop out tonight," which is like, you know, all love.
We kind of just searched in our email, like looking for that whole conversation we had with him, and we asked if he was still available, and they said no. Remember, they said no.
Yeah.
I think we asked about like August, September time, and they said he is not available at that time. And then we backed off for a little bit, and then
a couple weeks.
Yeah, and then we hit them with November, and that's when they started working with us.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's when Angeletta or whoever was running it. We don't really know, but
management
gave them your number, and then you took it over.
Yeah. So as we talked about, you know, I keep saying as we talked about earlier, but you know, we hit their email, and sometimes like artists never answer. They'll send like a perfectly worded email. No answer, you know, or they're not available. So we got lucky that NLE did answer, his management team, and we started. Yeah, then I started texting them.
They were good too. They never like
awesome.
Didn't answer us for a week or days at a time.
They had great communication. You know,
seems like they wanted to do the deal.
Yeah, they were excited to do the show, which was like awesome. Again, they wanted to perform. They wanted to do what they were.
And so were we. That was our first big show. We were hyped when we signed that contract.
Yeah, it was. That
was crazy.
It was a big league moment. You know, we hit somebody. Again, Camelot was out on Lyrical Lemonade by now, and you and me.
A couple of our boys were like, "Congrats!"
Yeah,
just because they were hyped.
The people that understand on NLE knew that it was a big booking for us.
Yeah. Like he wasn't huge at the time, but he was like coming up. So like people who were like into rap and looked into rap and
understood,
followed the industry, knew like NLE Choppa was kind of coming up.
And he was super young, you know, he was still young, like, and that's another criticism that a lot of people said to us. Yeah. Was like, oh, like his crowd, his fans are like a lot younger. Yeah. But you and me were confident that people will come.
Oh yeah.
And that's why
it was a diverse crowd for sure.
Yeah. So then, you know, later in the afternoon, we were originally going to have sound check at 4 p.m. at the venue.
Canceled.
Yeah. And then NLE said that he didn't want to do that. understandable.
NLE was in a bad mood at the time.
Yeah, he was going.
All
through
you
some
NLE
girl
fans. Oh, chill.
Girl troubles.
Giving the business out.
Yeah, but other than that, you know, then we from there rolled to the venue. I think at this time it was like 3 o'clock. We were opening doors at what, 7? Yeah, 7. I didn't know what to expect rolling up to the venue, and we set up all that day. It was down to the minute we opened those doors. You and me were hustling.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, everybody was like again. Thank God we have the friends. We do that put in that work with us.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
that door would have been a problem without them.
Yeah, those guys really are. So, and but I was again nervous, but but no, there was a time of calm did come. You know, yeah, and I didn't know what to expect. Like, and again,
phone was dying on the Uber rides over.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, how many songs did he do? He was up there.
He did 7. I remember.
Yeah, 7.
7.
And they were bangers.
7 of his best songs.
That literally, I remember the whole building was shaking. Like at one point, the owner came up to me and was like,
"Yes, I turned down the bass."
Down the bass. Literally, the neighbors are saying like you're shaking the whole block.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just crazy.
People lived right behind that building.
Yeah.
They're probably so mad that night.
Everywhere.
They had to be.
All surrounded that place. I told the audio guy to turn down the bass, but I really don't think he did at all because he was eating up this performance.
Mm-hmm.
He was hyper than we were. Literally, he loved it. He didn't even know who NLE was.
He was having fun with
that. He didn't even know who he was, but he was.
I think he was kind of shook at what he saw, what was going on.
Yeah.
Because when he first met us, the audio guy.
Yeah.
We had to make sure that he knew he wasn't meeting with anyone.
Yeah.
Of adult age.
Yeah.
He was dealing with some teenagers at the time.
And then I think that moment when he saw how crazy everybody went, he was like, "Oh wow, this dude's like famous." Like,
we were both 19 when we booked him.
Yeah, 19 years old, which is crazy. I couldn't even have a drink that night.
I don't know. I didn't really see him that much as like I literally remember like walking by the crowd because we were walking around the crowd. We had to walk around the crowd.
I mean, I remember.
And then like I remember seeing like some lingerers on the side, you know. And I guess he just kind of like blended with them.
No, but I remember looking at that guy distinctively. Again, you and me.
You think that's like what?
100%.
Was their in?
100%. Well, or that just gives them the right to come into the building the way they did. You know what I mean? Like that, because his pictures that he was taking was the proof that, you know, proof in the pudding. Yeah. So I mean, I noticed.
The feds came kicking down with the clipboards.
I noticed a guy for everybody here. So about halfway through the show, I noticed a guy
just standing
in the back. He was like 45 years old. So who?
He just didn't look like he came here to see NLE.
Yeah, who's 45 years old coming to see NLE? You know, it just didn't make sense. And he was like taking photos and like of weird things and
wasn't having a fun time.
Did not make sense. So we kept an eye on him, and finally, you know, he left. And we're like, all right, this dude, you know, probably realized he was at the wrong event.
Yeah, we thought the issue was gone.
Yeah.
He was probably texting him like, "Oh, NLE just got on. Give it 20 minutes."
Which again, we are so lucky that you know
it didn't happen the night before.
They didn't, or they didn't come in when NLE was performing. Could you imagine? Like people would have rioted if the police were trying to.
And that's probably why they waited. They waited.
Yeah.
To see a bunch of people leave.
Yeah. So they saw everybody leave.
And they knew the show was over.
And for everybody, the police came into our venue and shut it down. And
they stopped the greatest night of our life, sure.
Yeah,
it
was a little short. It wasn't 100% done. So luckily, NLE got all of his stuff from upstairs, and we were out back of the venue. We're waiting for the Ubers to get out of there.
And luckily, no one was trying to kill NLE that night because we were standing on the corner with a famous person with one bodyguard, and anyone could have ran up on us.
We were in North Philly on Temple's campus on the corner at 11 o'clock on a Friday night with NLE Choppa. So we were lucky that people weren't, you know, going crazy trying to meet him and stuff.
Yeah. Not that many people saw him.
Yeah. And again, it was.
There was a couple there was a couple guys and girls that got their pics in.
Yeah. Some people from out front came around back, like when they were leaving and stuff. Got pictures with them. But like at that point,
we didn't.
At that point,
we never got our picture.
Yeah, it's crazy that we had.
We got to run into NLE.
And
I know. We organized the whole thing.
With
and
NLE
get one picture with Chop.
Now we know every single show we throw, we will be getting a picture with an artist.
As soon as we see it, first time.
Yeah.
As soon as they pull up.
It's going to be in the contract.
No.
No, but we were lucky, you know. I think the tensions by the point that we were out back, like I was like, when we were out back at the venue, like my nervous level came down and I was like a lot more relaxed. Like even though my voice just trembled, I was relaxed.
Once I saw the owner literally circled by state police, interrogating him, he was looking at everyone and just
he wanted him out.
Yeah,
and luckily everybody
they were closing in.
Once the police came in the front door,
because I didn't know who they were looking for. Like when they came in.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were trying to snatch us up for having this disruptive show. That's way too loud.
A noise complaint, like a fake call, swatting.
I could see why that happened. You know,
if somebody swatted us, seriously. But for everybody, I keep saying for everybody.
Standing outside the TLA, you probably don't even hear anything that's going on inside.
No, you do.
Not as loud as the people sleeping upstairs, calling in the city and complaining.
But what actually happened was the venue was not up to code of the city, and
just like his other one,
events were not supposed to be able to be had at the location,
and we didn't know that. Too much on Cuban,
and we didn't know that. We were never told, so our show got shut off sooner than it should have. And after that, NLE went back to the hotel.
Never to be seen again.
You and me did the usual post-show ritual where we go to the diner and get some food.
And just think about what the hell just happened.
Yeah, recap everything. My mind was exhausted. I was so tired.
Yeah, I was ready for bed at that point.
But usually, like, our shows are later.
I had to drive Quaz all the way home.
Yeah, usually our shows are later in the night. But this one, you know, it was like later. It was only like 11:30, I think, when we were at the diner.
Yeah, sure.
And that's when we got on Instagram. We saw NLE doing his freestyle, you know, smoking a blunt.
We drink the down, repping the hoodie.
Yeah, wearing our hoodie that we gave outside of the hotel that they were at, just freestyling, smoking a blunt.
If you made it this far, give me that camera right now. If you made it this far, thank you guys for watching. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, because we got more stuff coming for you guys after coronavirus, obviously.
And if you made it this far, these mics are fake.
Yeah, they don't even work.